Here we go. Spoiler alert, audience. We didn't match today. I didn't do the burgundy. I'm sorry. Hi, everybody. Look at you on the TV, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Thursday. Hello. Gotta clean these. They're dirty. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. Hi. Thank you. Have a seat, everybody. Let's get started. Hi. Thank you. There's some good people today. It is Thursday, and we are in a good mood. It is a Thursday and Friday crowds, man. They blow them out of the water. I mean, it's great. They're fantastic. Yeah. Keep some of that love coming. She is my sister's sidekick. It's Kendall, everybody.
Hi. Morning.
Hi, sweetie.
Good
How you doing?
Morning. I'm great. How are you?
Good. I was on your Instagram, and I sometimes try to hunt down where you are. Oh, what's Kendall doing today?
Like, why wasn't I there? That's my favorite message.
I know. Why wasn't I invited to that? But what were you? You were outdoors. Where were you yesterday?
I was at the Edina High School football game.
Oh.
Yeah. So my yes, go team.
Yeah.
My sister's boyfriend is one of the assistant coaches, and I haven't gone to a game yet this year. So I was like, I'll go, Chloe. It'll be so fun. Well. Then it was like 8:30, and I'm like, girl, so past my bedtime right now.
Yeah, we got to go to bed.
Seriously.
Yeah.
It was fun, though. It was fun to be back at, like, a high school football game.
Yeah. You should. Will you take me? You should take me to a game. I would love to go.
take
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
I think we have to go next season.
I don't know why that's so funny, but
I don't know.
No, it is funny, actually. Me at a, yeah.
No, I think we should. And I honestly was so impressed by the band. Their marching band is massive.
Yeah, thank you.
It was so cool.
I was going to say, the last time I was at a high school football game was in 1990. You were 1, and I
was
0. Yeah. And whoops, she was 0. Yeah, and I was in the high school marching band, and I played the French horn, and I wore an incredibly uncomfortable polyester band suit, and I sat there and I marched. I marched at
you were a horny horn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't think I've ever mentioned this. So that was the last year I was a marching band, and we went to the Liberty Bowl that year.
You did?
I marched in the Liberty Bowl in Memphis.
That's cool.
In 1989-90, and I marched in and that was the last time. I don't know why I went like that.
Oh,
but
you
I mean,
were
that
marching.
was like that's what I did.
Marching.
And that was about as close to football as I've ever gotten.
Good job.
Was the Liberty Bowl. We went to a rodeo. I remember that, yeah.
You went to a you rodeoed?
No, let's be clear. I wasn't on the back of a steer.
Well, I
was
maybe
watching
one of the
rodeo.
fake bulls, you know?
Oh, I've been on a mechanical bull before when I was in Dallas. Yeah.
Was that surprising, everyone? That's great.
No,
I think that's fantastic.
I've actually done 2 mechanical bulls. I did one. Thank you, audience. I did a mechanical bull here with Alex Kendall for the Buzz back in 09-10. And then I threw a party for the premiere of Dallas, the reboot in 2012. And I rented a mechanical bull. And what?
You can rent mechanical bulls?
Yeah. I rented a mechanical bull.
You're so extra. I love it.
Yeah, I rented a mechanical bull. And I had an outfit that was inspired by something that JR wore, and I was on the bull, and I'll never forget this because I did it like Victoria Principal and I did like this, and I was on the bull for 5 seconds, which is pretty good. Yeah.
That's good.
Anyway.
Bravo.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to mention more about this later, but I'm wearing purple for a reason. Today is Spirit Day, everybody, bringing awareness to anti-bullying efforts, especially with the LGBT, with youth that are picked on, and it's no accident that I brought up high school. I talk about it all the time. I try to raise as much awareness to anti-bullying efforts as I can. As somebody that was horrifically bullied throughout junior high and high school, to all the kids watching, I will start the broadcast as I end it every day. If you are a kid watching right now, especially today on Spirit Day, and you're being bullied, I want you all to know you should go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong, okay? So, and just know, if you feel like you have no allies, and that's how I felt many days in high school, I felt like no one was on my side, just know that two people right here on TV were on your side, and if you need anything, you let us know. So, okay, more about that a little bit later, but right now let's get to the hot dish. Here we go. My new pumpkin here. I'm looking. Tom
Beautiful.
Butler from the Fox 9 Morning News made this. I guess he crafted this. It's very nice. It's
I
great.
highly doubt he made it by himself, though.
Oh, shades. Very early in the morning. First up, okay, it's my guilty pleasure, and I'm happy to say it's actually getting better. I'm talking about The Masked Singer. Let me fix my mic there. There we go. And I think the show is starting to turn a corner when it comes to celebs. And what I mean by that is because, they said last year, season 2, there's going to be like Meryl Streep's on it, and then the Marlboro Man has been on it. It's like anyway. Now before we reveal who was eliminated on last night's episode, let's check out the Butterfly. Now the Butterfly brought down the house with her rendition of "Living on a Prayer." Look at this.
You live for the fight till it's all that you've got. Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, living on a prayer. Take my hand, we'll make it as well. Whoa, living on a prayer. Living on a prayer.
Okay, so who is it? Who is the Butterfly? The judges' guesses include Fantasia from American Idol and The Color Purple, and Mel B from the Spice Girls. No, don't be ridiculous. And then Leona Lewis. Mm-hmm. Kendall, any guesses?
Well, the clues have a lot to do with London, and that's why I think Leona Lewis.
Oh,
but
maybe.
It sounds a little off, but I haven't heard her recently, so I don't know. But that's the closest guess I would think, too.
Yeah, if you all watch, if you have guesses or you've heard rumors on the internets, go ahead and let us know on our Jason Show Facebook page or on Twitter. Now, one of the contestants, I have figured it out.
Oh.
And I'll bet the bank right here. I'll bet dinner for this entire audience. If I'm telling you. I mean it.
Can I come?
I mean it.
Wait. Just the audience or all the rest of us, too?
Just the audience. Just the audience. Yeah. If I am wrong, I mean this. If I am wrong, every one of these people, we have their email addresses. This is how confident. If I'm wrong about this, we're all going to Chi-Chi's or something. I mean, we're going to, yeah.
Chi-Chi's?
Chi-Chi's is closed. Chi-Chi's is closed. It's closed. There's not any. Yes, ma'am, I know. There's no more Chi-Chi's.
What is Chi-Chi's?
We'll go to Cheesecake Factory or something. Okay,
Oh.
anyway. Yeah.
I'm dropping dollars over there.
And then 4 hours later, when we get to their menu, then we'll order. But anyway, I have figured out who the leopard is. Now, we're going to roll this clip, see if you know who it is, and I'll tell you why I know who it is after this. Look.
Without your kisses, I've been needing stitches. I'm tripping over myself. I'm aching, begging you to come now. And now that I'm without your kisses, I've been needing stitches.
Okay. Spoiler alert, if you don't want to know, because I'm telling you, I'm taking this check to the bank and I'm cashing it. It's Seal. It's Seal. Because in the clue package, they show a baby being left at a door in a basket. Dude was raised by a foster family. And then the door number, the apartment number was 1963. The year Seal was born. There are men dressed like bunnies. He did the music for Space Jam with Bugs Bunny. Girl, not just for Dallas knowledge. Yeah.
That's good.
Just saying.
Well, and as soon as you said that, I was
Seal.
like, oh, yeah, duh.
it's
Wouldn't
Seal.
you listen to it then?
Yeah. The celebrity who was revealed last night was the skeleton. Now, Kim Jong guessed Martin Short, but Jenny McCarthy knew right away. Legend from The Late Show with David Letterman, Paul Schaefer, everybody. That's right. We love you, Paul. Yeah, all the clues. And I know Paul's voice because y'all know I love Letterman, so he's one of the best. Well, next in the dish, we'll call this story "We Just Don't Care Anymore." He just don't care anymore. That's right. Elton John's farewell tour continues, but not without taking a few parting shots. In British GQ, they asked Elton what he thought of the live-action remake of The Lion King. Because you guys know he and Tim Rice did the music for the original. Well, Elton didn't hold back, girl, saying he thought it was a huge disappointment because, and I quote, they messed up the music. He said music was such a part of the original and the music in the current film didn't have the same impact. The magic and joy were lost, he said. And, he said he wished he was more involved in the project, but the creative vision was different and he wasn't really welcomed or treated with the same level of respect. Okay, really quickly here. I love the movie, but I agree with him. There was something slightly missing with the music this time, even with The Circle of Life. I remember not being as emotionally moved as I thought I would be. And number two, I believe Elton because at this point, Elton don't care. Why is he going to lie about this? And you know what I mean?
That's true.
And I love director Jon Favreau who did this. I love everyone involved in this motion picture. But I just got to ask the question, why wouldn't you want Elton John involved? Why? Even if you didn't listen to him, it's the old saying of, it's just nice to be asked. He did the original music as a nod and out of respect. You invite him to a meeting. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Take the man to Chi-Chi's or something.
The Chi-Chi. I assumed he was involved. I just assumed he was part of the whole thing.
I did too, but I guess he wasn't. That's a bad move. I love you, Disney. I love you, Mickey. But that's the.
We know you do.
I know you do. I'll tell you why more later in the week. Right now, though, go get another cup of coffee. We'll be back after this. Coming up, Dax Holt will join us live with even more Hot Dish. It is so hard to be Justin Bieber sometimes. Find out why the Biebs should probably just stick to driving a car. Then, a new show on Travel Channel is all about staring your biggest fears right in the face. Meet the Minnesota natives behind Destination Fear, why it's already getting great buzz. And DIY expert and our friend Aaron Meyer is back answering your DIY questions from our Facebook page. And I promise you will learn a life hack or two. So, grab another beverage and meet me back here in just a minute.
Next one. This one's a little more difficult.
Space.
Ooh. Yes.
Earth. Call. Oh, God. No.
You were right at the beginning.
Space.
Space. What comes before space?
Office Space.
Office Space is correct.
I honestly couldn't see what that was
You're
without
very
my
good at
glasses.
this. Let's see another one.
Dumpling.
Dumpling is correct.
Cake.
Cake is correct. You're running the table here.
I'm heartbroken. Broken hearts.
You were not in a movie called Broken Hearts.
I was not. I wasn't in. Are you sure I was in this one?
Yes. The is correct.
The. Okay, give me. Wow, this is terrible.
You almost had it. The
Could be anything.
the
The breakup.
breakup.
Took the long way home. Took the long way home. Wow, that took a long time, Jen. Jimmy Kimmel playing the emoji game with Jennifer Aniston. Wow. Well, also on Kimmel, Jennifer talked about her first Instagram post. We told you guys about this yesterday. It has more than 12 million likes now. Nuts. She says she actually had a fake Insta account before deciding to jump in head first. Look.
Well, it was a stalker account, yes.
Yeah, right.
When I was thinking about doing this, I sort of figured it was time to kind of understand the world and dip my toe into the sort of social media pool.
You know, the young people, the kids, will call it a Finstagram, which is short for fake Instagram, and they
They
mostly
can't
have
even
it.
say fake anymore.
Yeah, that's right. Too much work to
You
say
know what
fake.
else is frustrating?
What?
When you get an alert, like a text, like, oh, I've got a text, and you're like, oh, there's nothing here, and then you realize that someone has just put a little heart or explanation points or a thumbs up or a thumbs down on somebody's something, and you're like, you really just couldn't write something like a heart? Or like I had to search through, and then you have to figure out who left that heart or thumbs up, thumbs down.
Oh, you
It
can't.
takes way more time than just actually writing a comment to what the person last
You're
just
right.
said.
I'm kind of with Jen. Jen is promoting her new show, The Morning Show, which will stream on Apple TV Plus, and it debuts. I know I thought it premiered yesterday for some reason, and I went to my Apple TV and I'm like, oh, it's still a couple weeks away. So I'm with Jen on that, though. There is nothing, and I think the audience will be with me, there is nothing like getting trapped in a vortex of a group text where you keep getting like 8,000 notifications. And it's like, Aunt Sally's chiming in, and then Uncle Phil's chiming in, and then little cousin Lucy's chiming in, and it's just like...
And it has nothing to do with you.
No.
You're like...
And I think you can opt out of them. They
Well,
used to
yeah,
be...
but then they can see it. They can see
No, they
that
can't.
you
No, they
opted
got
out.
rid of that too. You can quietly leave. Yeah,
I can
know.
leave a conversation?
Yes, you can.
Where's my phone?
Yeah, I know. You just, yeah. Now, speaking of phones or iPads, so I mentioned, Kendall laughed at me, but that I rode a mechanical bull like 3 times in my life. And one of them was in this very studio about 10 years ago. We found a picture.
Oh, my God.
I was 14 years old in that photograph. But yeah, that's right in this very studio. So see, I did well. Yeah.
I love that you have a photo just waiting for a moment to be released.
I will have you know that is the Jason Show research team that did that. That's yes. Kendall, right there. There's our animation. As David Letterman always said, they don't give these shows to monkeys. No, they don't.
No?
Next in the dish, Netflix announced the latest season, of Stranger Things has beaten out its previous seasons in viewership, like big. In a call with shareholders, Netflix says season 3 of Stranger Things was watched by, are you ready? 64 million households. 40 million actually watched the first episode in the first 4 days. According to research firm Nielsen, Stranger Things 3, here we go, is the most watched Netflix original they've analyzed in the last 2 years. Last month, Netflix already, renewed it for a 4th season. Oh, I would too, yeah.
I think so. I think that's a good idea,
That would be
Jim.
a very easy decision.
Yeah.
I just hope they don't ruin it. I wish they kind of would have kept it the 3, the rule of 3.
Oh.
I do.
With money like that, though, they ain't gonna not do it.
Yeah, that's true. I get it. Yeah. Our half-hour hot dish continues right now with our Insider to the Stars. Joining us live from his nondescript extra bedroom, it's Dax Holt from Hollywood Pipeline, everybody.
Jason, can I tell you how much I love every time you say my name, everyone oohs like I'm coming in to give some really scandalous dish?
I know. Well, they love you, Dax. Minnesota and Wisconsin loves the Dax Holt.
I love them like that.
Yeah. Okay, Suicide Squad, the first one was a huge hit. They're going to make another one. There's been some cast changes. They're shooting it now, and you have some pictures?
Yeah, I got a bunch of set pictures. They are filming in Atlanta and got a bunch of the characters in costume. So, Pete Davidson is in this movie. Obviously, Margot Robbie is back in the movie. Viola Davis, Idris Elba, Jai Courtney. So they have a very star-studded cast. And if you want to, obviously see their set photos, I've got a bunch up on HollywoodPipeline.com, along with all of their crazy character names. Like, I think one of them is Arms Fall Off Boy. There is Captain Boomerang. There's a bunch of DC characters that are making their first appearance in this movie, and people are very excited about it. But you are going to have to wait because it's not coming out until August of 2021. But if you want a little sneak peek, I've got a bunch of photos.
Oh, well, that's 2 years. How long does it take to shoot a movie? Anyway, yeah.
No, I think I do all the graphics and special effects and that stuff. And plus, they've got a bunch of other movies with Margot in it that are supposed to premiere first, like Birds of Prey.
Oh, God, yeah, that's right. Yeah, release them in order. Okay, next, we've seen many examples of this. Justin Bieber should probably just stick to his fancy car, right?
Well, here's the thing I love about Justin Bieber. He is not afraid to try anything. You remember we got him last week in the little hover shoes. This week we now have him out on a unicycle, but almost planted it on his face right in the middle of the street. He was on the unicycle, I guess, lost his balance, and the picture is him just going face first down to the ground. He was able to pitch himself. But I love that he doesn't care about trying, and he knows that there's always cameras around. I feel like most people that would stop them from trying something new, not Justin.
No, not at all. Okay, and finally, look, we make fun of them a lot, but here's a good story. Kendall Jenner and Khloe are doing their part to clean up the earth, right?
They are. We got photos and videos of them out in Malibu. Obviously, they have close ties to Malibu, but they were out on the beach picking up trash. There was a bunch of volunteers from Heal the Bay initiative, and they all were out there. They had their little buckets, their gloves on, leaning over, picking up trash. I mean, it's not every day you see a supermodel, the highest paid supermodel in the world, by the way, out there picking up trash on the side of the beach. But there was one thing. Their cameras were rolling for Keeping Up with the Kardashians, so they were going to document the moment.
Okay, that ruined it right there. Okay, that ruined it right there.
They still picked up the trash.
Okay, and first of all, and I think the audience is with me here, could they get a bigger bucket? I mean, how much garbage could they fit in that little bucket?
I'm sure they dumped the bucket out.
Anyway, we love you, Dax. Give it up, audience, for Dax Holt from Hollywood Pipeline. You can follow Dax on social media, Dax Holt and Hollywood Pipeline. Okay, more dish for you this morning. In one of the more bizarre lists to reach the legendary Jason Show research team's desk, right there. There's this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That animation is ridiculous, but I love it. Anyway, we now know what cities are the most rodent infested in the country. That's right. Topping the list: Chicago, LA, New York. Coming in at a surprise number 8, the Twin Cities. Yeah.
I take serious offense to that.
The Twin Cities beat out Philly, Atlanta.
No.
No, girl, please. No. Come on. Baltimore and Boston. Boston, my buddy Alexis from the radio show will strongly disagree, because in 1999, she was wearing flip-flops on a boat, and she looked down and she's like, oh, what's on my foot? And it was a rat the size of Garfield.
Yeah, no.
And it ran across her foot. And Lex said it looked like Garfield. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw one of those rats in New York one time. It came out from under, they put their garbage just on the street, because there's just no room for anything. I'm not playing, Jason. I could have beat Usain Bolt running down the street. I was leaping and hurtling over garbage bags. These things are this big.
They're huge.
Where are the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when you need them? I don't understand.
Well, our researchers have yet to see a rat in the Twin Cities, but they'll keep looking. The survey was conducted by a pest control company. So, and again, Alexis, and if you listen to the radio show, the minute we saw the survey, what I thought was one of my most favorite moments of the radio show ever. We were doing the radio show, and we were in a soundproof room. And Alexis is like, I'm going to go to the restroom. So she went to the restroom. So we're in the middle of the commercial break, and I heard the loudest scream I've ever heard through the soundproof walls of the radio studio. Alexis had went into the bathroom, opened up the stall, and there was a wet giant rat sitting on the toilet seat, looking back at her. And Alexis starts screaming, and the wet rat jumped off the thing and started running toward her. Alexis ran back into the studio, and the rat is running down the hallway wet. Lex said it was like this big. It was, sitting on the toilet. Just because and my father-in-law's a plumber, so I know this. And we checked. They can fit into plumbing
really
pipes.
small.
They can squeeze and. So so for the next 2 months, every time I went to the restroom, girl, I checked that bowl. I was like, making sure nothing was waving back up at me, Anyway,
No.
We gotta go. My friend, I won't say her because she'll kill me, but I had another friend, we'll call her Lucy. She was woke up in the middle of the night, and she was using the facilities, and there was a baby bat that had was hanging on the lip of a toilet, and she's half asleep, and the bat flew up. We'll be right back, everybody. Still ahead. If that's not scary enough, two of the stars of the new Travel Channel show Destination Fear will join us. We'll talk about what makes their show so different, and then DIY blogger Aaron Meyer answers your Facebook questions. We'll be right back, everybody. Stay with us. Welcome back. Well, there's a new show coming to the Travel Channel just in time for Halloween. It's called Destination Fear, and it may be the most terrifying road trip of all time. Look.
I had an idea, a psychological experiment, where I would test how terror affects the human mind, what it reveals about our true selves, and just how much of it a person can withstand. To understand the paranormal, first we need to overcome our fear. I'm leading us on a road trip to explore the most haunted, abandoned locations in all of America. Each night we'll separate and sleep alone. The catch is, I'm the only one who knows where we're going.
No? You wouldn't.
I thought my friends were scary. That's right. Destination Fear debuts on the Travel Channel on October 26th. Give it up for the two stars of the show and Minnesota natives, Dakota and Tanner.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's start at the beginning, and then we'll get into the nitty gritty. You guys grew up in Burnsville, right?
Lakeville.
Lakeville.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Differentville. Sorry.
Yes, yeah, no worries. Big difference.
And you guys started doing YouTube videos. Well, walk me through it. How did this start?
Well, me and Tanner, we met because our families were friends forever.
Yeah.
And we started a YouTube channel when I was like 8 or 9. And we started posting videos. And by the time we got to high school, it was regular. Every week, that was our goal, one new short film every week. And we just tried to learn every week and just test ourselves, experiment. And that's kind of how we got into all of this is YouTube. And
bravo to you guys. I mean, that has been, seriously, that is fantastic.
Thank you.
That is perseverance. Okay, so you have the YouTube channel, and it's a success, but how do you go from that to this?
Well,
Yeah, well, I mean, going to different locations and abandoned locations, finding out the local ghost story of our town has always been kind of a passion. We would go into those places, kind of just explore. But then...
Is Lakeville that haunted?
well, Minnesota is very haunted.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Duluth has many spots that we want to hit. Hopefully, if we get another go at this, I would go to Duluth. But that was like our hobby in high school and middle school. We didn't party. We were doing short films on the internet, and we would go urban exploring on the weekend, looking for the paranormal. And it was just a hobby. And
So we saw the intro there. Now let's get into the show. 'Cause
Yeah.
our executive producer Jeff looked at me and he goes, "Wait till you see the open." So the premise is pretty well laid out there. But you guys walk me through it. So you know where everyone's going.
Yes.
You do
I
not.
have no
idea.
clue. I mean, that's the hard part about the show is me and Chelsea, who's also on the show, his
my
sister.
Yeah.
We're just in the dark the whole entire time. I mean,
Literally and figuratively.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, there's points in time where we don't even know what direction the RV is going.
they don't know what state. They knew we were starting in Tennessee, and that was it. And there's other catches too. We sleep alone every night. Everyone draws out of a hat.
Okay, wait. Okay, we got. Okay, so you get to a location.
Yep.
I love this stuff. Okay, so you get to a location. Like we're watching an episode right now. Where is this? Where is this? Do you
This is
remember?
episode 1. This is in Tennessee. The first episode, we go to Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary. It's been abandoned for over 25 years. 10,000 people have died there. Yeah. And it's just brutal history.
Yeah.
So you arrive. You now see that you're at a penitentiary. What is going on in your mind at that moment?
The adrenaline's going, your heart is beating, and then you have to just go, wow, I am spending the next 12 hours inside this building. And then at the end of the night, I know that I'm going to be by myself.
4 hours at least every night we would be separated, sleeping alone. On the ground in sleeping bags.
Okay.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
So again, we're gonna walk. So you get inside this so you had the camera crew. You're walking around.
No camera crew.
No, it's just
us.
us.
It's just us four.
Yeah, just us four.
No,
we self-documented the whole trip. We had a couple people, cameramen filming us, but it were our friends from high school who did our YouTube videos. So like it didn't feel like a show. The whole thing, it was over a month on the road, didn't feel like a show for a second.
So you walk in, so you're examining, and we'll just focus on this first episode. So you walk in and you're exploring the penitentiary, and then at some point, well, you guys looked at each other. What? I don't want to ruin the show for people. Was it as creepy as you thought it was going to be? Let's start there.
It far exceeded the expectations because when I picked the locations for the trip, I picked all 10, and I wanted it to progressively get a lot scarier.
Yeah.
But this was a terrifying location, and we cried. Someone cried. I'm not gonna say who. One of us cried the first night, like bawling, and
bawling. Not just a little boo-hoo.
Maybe not close to bawling, and. It turned out to be a lot scarier night. It was the first one of the road trip, and it kind of shocked us. We're like, what are we in for? This is night 1 of 10.
It set a high bar for the first night.
Does your sister hate you?
You'll see. There's many things with the show that there's lots of challenges with fear, and we're sleeping alone. They don't know where they're going, but there's other things. Throughout the season, I had a few ideas that even pushed the boundaries and the limits even more, and those are the moments she hated me. Yeah.
Tanner's like,
yeah.
Well, let's do this. They're gonna stick around. We haven't even gotten to the sleeping part, so they're gonna stick around. Destination Fear. More conversation when we come back. Back after this. No.
Yeah. All right. It's gonna be pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But welcome back, everybody. More with Dakota and Tanner from Destination Fear. Love that name. This is so cool. Destination Fear on the Travel Channel. Okay, let's get back into it. So you explore the facility. Take us to the first night that you're by yourselves.
Okay, so usually we'll do a walkthrough as a group. Us, me, myself, my sister Tanner, and then our buddy Alex. And we'll do a group walkthrough, get our lay of the land, and then we'll find the spots that we think are the creepiest. Maybe we'll revisit them. But then about 4 to 5 hours left in the night, we, as a group, will agree on the 4 scariest parts. And so the first location next week's episode is there are multiple buildings to this place. So everyone's sleeping in a different building.
Oh!
And then we draw out of a hat. It's as simple as that. We write it on a piece of paper, draw out of a hat, and that's where you go for the next 4 hours with your sleeping bag and your 2 cameras.
And all you can talk with other people is a walkie-talkie.
And we tried to make it so don't use it unless it's an emergency because it scares you.
Yeah.
If all of a sudden you're sitting there trying to sleep and someone's like, "Hey Dakota," there's several moments in this season that's how we got so it's just lots of that.
Because we were talking about when you hear 4 hours, you think, oh, it doesn't sound like a long time. It is a long time when you're by yourself and you are in the dark. And we were saying, also, it's not just the fear of ghosts or whatever, but you're on the ground in a sleeping bag.
Yeah, lots of spiders. We had lots of encounters with wildlife.
Bats everywhere.
Episode 1, you'll see, there is a very interesting wildlife encounter right away.
Yeah.
And
I love how you refer to it as wildlife encounter.
It became a theme.
Yeah.
And the scariest part about it, though, honestly, is that because it's 4 hours, 5 hours of sleeping alone, but before that, it's 8 to 9 hours of in the building, and so you have these terrifying encounters, and you build up. You think you're safe. You're with the group. You're scared from what had happened earlier, but now you're gonna go sleep alone, and it's terrible. It's so terrible.
You said as the season goes on, and you'll see. Tell everyone because watch this first episode. But episodes 5, 6? It's like a roller. It's like a downhill.
Well,
it just gets.
Part of this show is it's continuous. So it wasn't like we did this a little over a month, 1 road trip, 10 locations, and you'll see the difference. Like episode 1, we're full of light, we're happy, and by 10, it's depressing. It's scary. You'll see character change, but episode 1's October 26th.
Yeah. Well, talk about your mental state again, because you guys look like happy guys.
Yeah.
Probably stopping at the Super America to get little beef sticks and things, and then
beef sticks.
I don't know. But then where were you mentally by the end?
By the end of it, you're rethinking a whole lot of. You're hearing all these different ghost stories. You're hearing about the dark history, and then you go into these buildings yourself, and all of a sudden all the stories are turning out to be true, or they're happening to you. So it reconfirms a lot of things. And then you start psyching yourself out. You're in a dark, dark place by yourself, and you're hoping your walkie-talkie battery is still working so you can talk to your friend.
Y'all better check those batteries before ever,
Exactly.
This isn't giving anything away, but I think it'll encourage people to watch at various points. Difficult, for whatever reason, most difficult episode for each of you, or each destination for whatever reason.
I think night 3, Sweet Springs Sanatorium, was one of the scariest for me.
I've never seen you this distraught.
I mean, I yelled louder than I would at a Vikings game.
Yeah.
Like it was just, I was screaming. I thought I heard, it was so audible.
You heard it.
I heard audible voices, and it was so loud that I started walking everybody. I said, hey, maybe we should stop filming. I think there's people inside. And then we had to figure out if there's people inside. We did a clean sweep, and there wasn't a single soul on the property.
Wait till you hear what he heard. It is so creepy. It sounds like something's like taunting him.
Yeah, I can't even explain it.
Yeah. Honestly, like.
Okay, as much as I would never do this, I love this stuff, and I can't wait to watch. And you guys, this is going to be a huge hit. And thank you guys for coming.
No, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So, October 26th.
October 26th, everybody.
Travel
Travel Channel. Check your local listings. Y'all get it. Y'all get it. Look for Travel Channel, October 26th. After the break, Aaron Meyer is answering your questions from our Facebook page. Back in a moment, everybody. Thank you so much. That was so good. Thank you guys so much. Welcome back. I'm sitting here with all my friends. That's right. They were great. Oh my goodness, they were good. I can't wait to watch that show. Well, earlier this week, our buddy Aaron Meyer from the popular blog Lemons, Lavender, and Laundry joined us to show off her latest $100 room makeover. Now, Aaron also took time to answer some of your DIY questions on our Facebook page. Take a look. Okay, question number 1 from Sandy. I need to paint my small living room. I want a color to make it appear larger. Do I need to prime it if my paint says no primer needed?
Okay, so when you want a small space to appear larger, you need light color paint. And that can vary depending on what you like. If you like cool, go with a light gray. If you like warmer, go with a kind of a light beige color. As far as primer, unless it's a really dark wall, I don't find primer super necessary. It tends to maybe take 1 coat of paint off, but you end up just doing the coat of primer. But primer is cheaper, so if I buy a gallon of primer or a gallon of paint, just buy the primer and do that as your base.
Lisa writes, tile and grout cleaning tips. Would love an environmentally safe solution.
Okay, so for
this
tile,
is your for you. This is your forte.
I've got the grout. The tile, I have like a it's a really concentrated cleaner, and I dilute it, and that's what I use on my tile. So that's not really that exciting. But the grout, all you do is grab some baking soda.
Okay.
You can put it into a bowl. I would say around 1/3 of a cup. This is not something you're going to store, so it's make it, use it. Then you're going to add in some hydrogen peroxide until it kind of forms a paste. You don't want it watery, runny, but you also want it to stick to a toothbrush. You're going to dip the toothbrush in there and then scrub your grout. It will seriously take gross, nasty, dirty grout and make it white.
Trust her. This is her lane, girl.
Yes.
Okay, Natalie. What up, Natalie? How to keep a laundry room fresh. It sometimes has a fishy odor. I clean it monthly and leave the washer door open.
Okay, so leaving the washer door open is great because front-loading washing machines tend to produce some funky smells because they're airtight and then you have moisture in there.
Oh.
So she's doing the right thing with that. There's 2 things I can think of. Either A, she's not, like, you do need to clean your washing machine. She's doing it really often, which makes me wonder if it's actually the filter. Okay, I've cleaned this filter. It's the nastiest smell, and I'm wondering if that's maybe her problem. It tends to be, like, in my washer, it's on the lower part. You literally, like, wear a mask because it's going to smell horrible when you take it out, but it has gunk and, like, detergent and stuff, lint in there. Take that filter out, soak it in some vinegar, and then kind of clean that out. And a whole bunch of water will also come out, and that will also smell horrid. So get rid of that.
Sounds like a good job for your kid to do. Okay, anyway. Lisa, hi Lisa. Is there a spray to make or buy that keeps bedding fresh between washes?
You can make it. You can totally make it. So linen spray.
This is her tea. This is her cup of tea too.
Linen spray tends to be kind of expensive,
Yeah.
but you can make it for probably a few cents. So you've got to go and get some vodka.
Okay.
It's you can
Come to my house.
Yes.
I'll borrow you some. Yeah, I'll loan you some.
You can use witch hazel, but I find it still has a scent that it isn't so great. So I use vodka. And then you add some drops of essential oil. Lots of people like lavender for the bedroom. It's a relaxing scent. And so you can spray that down on the linens. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't finish the recipe. Fill the rest of your container then with distilled water. And you can spray that down.
not just vodka.
Yeah, just vodka and essential oils and go. No. The other thing she might want to think about is when she does wash her sheets, your mattress, take some baking soda, add some essential oils into it, mix it up, and sprinkle it on the mattress. While your sheets are washing, let it sit there. The baking soda will absorb any odors. Essential oil will leave behind a nice scent. And then you can just vacuum it up before you put your sheets back on.
We have a quick one. Another Lisa. How do you clean grease and dirt on wood kitchen cabinets, especially around knobs and handles?
Okay, so this is a common question because when you bake, you get the little splatters and then they attract dust because they get sticky, and soap and water doesn't typically remove it. So I have never had cabinets right above my oven. I've done like the hood to your range or a microwave, and I've always used just straight lemon essential oil on a cotton ball. That might be a little harsh depending on the finish of her wood. So another thing you could try, I have a wood polish recipe on my blog that is olive oil and vinegar, and that may actually help because the oil is what's gonna actually help remove the oil, which I know sounds weird, but that could potentially work for that situation.
Perfect. There you go. There you go. Erin's so great. Erin's so good. For more of Erin's cleaning and DIY tips, check out her blog at lemonslavenderandlaundry.com. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Look at the beautiful people. Welcome back. I always have to apologize to the person that sits here because this is the view they get, and I always have to deeply. So I'm very sorry, ma'am. I'm very sorry. Well,
He's not sorry.
I'm gonna let you have an extra appetizer at the Chi-Chi's. That's right. We'll be right back, everybody. Back after this.
I don't know what Chi-Chi's is.
There isn't any anymore.
Welcome back. Kendall joins me again. So, I love this. Someone wrote on our Facebook page, and this is, I think we're going to do this more often, so if y'all do this, let us know. First of all, hello, Debbie. Debbie wrote to us. She said she just did a 4-day Jason Show-inspired vacation. She says, on Friday, I drove from Bemidji and ate lunch at one of Jason's favorite places, Penku Japanese street food. Yes, that's my friend John owns it, and we mention it all the time. It's one of my favorite places. Then she said on Saturday, using one of our favorite guests, Thrifty Traveler's tactics, she flew to Denver to visit family. And then on Sunday, I had a fun day in Fort Collins and then flew back to MSP. And then on Monday, I was in the audience at the Jason Show. She said, it continues. She goes, she had lunch at another one of Jason's favorite places, Pizza Karma, here in Eden Prairie. Then stopped in Maple Grove at Nadia Cakes for divine cupcakes before driving home. Love it. That is, she hit all of our favorite places.
That's impressive.
I love it. Yeah,
Get it, girl.
you got to come back to the show. I wanted to tell you all, the Jason shows in Rochester, we're in Duluth, and we're also in La Crosse, Eau Claire. And every year, I love this more than anything. I host a really great event in Viroqua, Wisconsin. So to all of our listeners, our viewers in La Crosse, I want you to come this Saturday to the Viroqua VFW. I love a good VFW because I'll be hosting an event for, I want to get it right, for the Family and Children's Center in Viroqua. And what this is, my Aunt Lisa, Colin's Aunt Lisa works at this organization, and what it does is it helps women in crisis, everybody. These are women that are being physically abused, mentally abused. And, when you work for a center in these small towns, rural areas, they they don't get a lot of funding, if any funding at all, and they rely on these benefits. So I lovingly host this every year. We have great dinners where we're going to play games. You can get tickets at the door at the VFW. Starts at 5. So meet me this Saturday, Viroqua VFW. We're going to have a good time, I promise. And it's going to a great cause. Cool. Yeah. Plus, drinks at the VFW, uber cheap.
Super
Just going to say, that's right.
$2.
And for a good cause. Tomorrow on the show, home remodeling star, my buddy Matt Minster's back. He's going to talk about an event that he'll be hosting. That and more tomorrow. But right now, if you're watching on this Spirit Day and your kid being bullied, you go out there and be yourself, because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll see you Saturday at the VFW in Viroqua.